All right, so there's no Irving here in Colorado. This was from a friend. He gave me a couple of Irving cards before I left. The church actually um, put together like a, farewell little thing, and a couple people gave us stuff to make sure that we were good to go. Last minute, Colorado, pretty much a last minute decision. Um, my husband knew about it. I actually gave him this card to be like, look, you might need extra gas this week, and he took it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm the one traveling. I only have $1,000 on me. I'm gonna take it. And he kidded with me, and he said, Indian giver. And I looked at him, gave him a hug, and I knew it was probably the last time I would see him, because I already had a heads up he wanted a divorce. So there has been no surprises with him, except not even a surprise. I mean, he ran to his mummy. He did this when we were first married too. He ran to his mummy. He took a fit of rage. I left. He ran to his mother and his father, and they pitied him. He said, oh, she left me without a car, because his car had, the engine was pulled out and he was working on it. His work was right down the road, closer than probably like a mile and a half away, so he could have walked. And he had a bicycle. He could have easily biked there, but instead he had a pity party. And then he went to my school, Concord Academy of Hairdressing School, begged for me to work it out with him. Begged. And I'm like, I don't know, and he's like, well, he left notes on my car with his friend Charlie. Charlie would come over, give him rides, leave notes on my car to work it out. And I'm like, I already moved on, basically. We're done, headed for divorce. And he was like, crying, let's work it out, let's work it out. So I stayed with him, and we both had new understanding that this was for good. So when I went to Colorado, he said he would be sending money so that we could save up some money and we could figure things out together when we lost our home, because the landlord wanted to sell it. But instead, he chose to turn his back on his family pretty much right when we got here. Pretty much. I mean, I told him this place is like, the movie The Karate Kid. That's kind of how I feel like with this dumpy apartment place. And we laughed about that, but he was up and down. He accused me of all kinds of things before I left, and yeah, saw it coming.